Hey guys, welcome back. So today I am continuing Foundation Frenzy, obviously. Today we are trying out the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light Stay in Place makeup. I have mine in the shade Intensity 0.5, which was the lightest shade I could buy on, I believe, Sephora.com. It might have been Ulta, I can't remember anymore. This is designed to be a 15-hour wear for all skin types. Lightweight, comfortable formula, stays vibrant and fresh no matter how active your day becomes. Resists smudging, won't melt, controls oil, won't clog, sheer to medium coverage. These are the kinds of foundations I really like to wear in the summer, and usually my go-to is the NARS Tinted Moisturizer. I wear that one in the shade Terre Neuve. This is ironically, so I went to look it up on Ulta.com right now. This is one of the highest rated foundations. So I'm really curious to see if I really like it, because I tend to like tinted moisturizers. That tends to be my, like, where I chill for makeup on a regular basis. So this is how light it is according to the square on the back. I mean, take that with a grain of salt. So this retails for $42. It comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shades, ranging all the way to Intensity 6. This is how dark that shade is on camera versus the light square on the back. So it seems to have an okay range. But, you know. So it's currently got 216 reviews and it has 5 stars. I think for that many reviews, it has to be amazing. Now, here's the thing, when it comes to these are obviously not intended for people who need fuller coverage foundation, so don't go into this if you need something like that, because you're gonna, you know, not enjoy it. So let's just take, well, that definitely does not match the color on the back of here. It's darker than the bottle. Okay, that's a great sign right there. It's gonna be too dark for me. This is so yellow. Okay. We're going to do the sponge side first. I already prepped using my Smashbox Photo Finish Moisturizer. This has kind of been the go-to this entire series, so shouldn't be new to you guys. Let's go ahead and pick some up on the sponge. This is definitely way too yellow. Oh my god. It's definitely applying nicely. Like, it's not looking too... I mean, it is definitely too yellow for me, but it's not so horribly yellow that I couldn't deal with wearing it on a daily basis. You know, I definitely think there's still redness coming through. Definitely, you know, it's definitely not full coverage. Obviously, on something like me where I don't have heavy blemishes, scarring, things are going to look fuller coverage on me than they're going to on everyone else. Let's just really quickly zoom y'all in. So my redness is mostly gone, covered. My freckles are still visible, which is nice. I totally missed that entire section of my forehead. Holy crap, how did I do that? Wow, that's just embarrassing. But you can see here on my forehead just the difference in color. This is very pale, very pink. This is yellow. I'd say if you are my shade, this is definitely gonna be too yellow. Like, from really far away, I look flawless, I look perfect, and then, you know, shit hits the fan. Let me grab a mirror. Just need a mirror that's closer than the monitor. Yeah, it doesn't look awful. Granted, it's not mind-blowing either at this point, but I do like it. I wish they would let tinted moisturizers come out in more shades, because I feel like most tinted moisturizers tend to be very limited in shade ranges, and I would love to see a brand come out with a regular, like, foundation line of, you know, I don't understand why they seem to think that people only want full coverage, full range. It doesn't make sense to me. That would be a nice thing to see brands do. So I'm going to take my IT Cosmetics 206 buffing brush, and I'm going to go ahead and apply the other side. I do personally feel, for me, I prefer applying tinted moisturizers with beauty sponges, just because I feel like they look flawless that way, a little bit more airbrushed. Usually I find that if I try and, you know, if I try and use brushes, you get streak marks, and I'm gonna try and blend this way a little better. Here we go. I feel very yellow compared to my neck right now. Estee Lauder. We need to have a discussion about what you consider light foundation. So actually, this one didn't apply too badly with the brush. I just had one section where I like straight up didn't even blend it properly. But I'm actually liking the brush side better, I think. It's definitely fuller coverage with the brush, but like I said, I don't really care if something is full coverage right off the bat like that. I have a zit right there in the middle of my eyebrow, Jesus. My forehead's looking pretty good. This is obviously looking a little bit heavier on this side compared to the sponge side. Here was the dividing line right here. It looks more natural on this side of my face compared to this side, but this side's got the fuller coverage. I'm gonna have to build up the coverage a little bit more on the sponge side. I'm going to build up in general just using the sponge because I don't want to leave streaks with the brush. I feel like I'm using so much of this product. This is a very liquidy formula, so the problem is you don't even really have to squeeze the bottle. It just comes pouring out, which kind of sucks because you're using a lot more product than you intend. By the way, this is a Real Techniques sponge. I don't know if I ever said that. I don't like the big yellowy sponge as much from Real Techniques, but I do love this Sculpty sponge. He's my favorite. From Real Techniques, that is. Okay, so let me show you guys the time. It is currently 11:07, so we're going to call check-in time 11:05. I'm planning to wear this for 8 hours. I'm not going to do a full 15 like it suggests on the bottle. That just seems a little crazy. So I'm going to go ahead, finish my makeup, and then I'll check back in with you guys. Okay guys, so I'm just checking with you guys. I finished up my makeup that I've put on for the day and I'm ready to go. So let me just share with you guys what I am wearing on my face. So I ended up using my Smashbox concealer for both my under eyes as well as my eyelid primer as well. I did end up setting my whole face just because it's a tinted moisturizer. I usually always set those because I don't like the slippery, not slippery, but that moisturizer feeling, like when a moisturizer doesn't absorb into your skin, you know? That feeling, I don't like feeling it all over my skin, so I always set tinted moisturizers. I used the Hourglass Veil powder that I've been using. Oops. That I've been using a lot lately, to say the least. My brows are the Fiona Stiles brow pencil. I don't know if you can still buy it anywhere. I'm just using mine up so that it's gone and done it off my channel. My face products are the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. Mine's in the shade 15i. It's trying to wear off. It's getting really hard to read the shade on here. My blush is the Soap & Glory Love at First Blush. Just that nice subtle pink sheen going down. And then this is the ColourPop Pressed Highlighter. I want to say it's in the shade Plait. I'm not entirely sure about that because this has no name on the back of it. My lipstick is the ColourPop Lux Lipstick in the shade Tiptoe. This was part of my spring ColourPop haul swatch review thing. I will link that up there if you guys never saw that video. But yeah, my lashes are the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, like 3 coats of it. Then on my eyes are some of the shadows out of my spring Z palette. I'll be switching this out fairly soon, so keep an eye out for that video. Actually, by the time this video goes up, since this is all being pre-recorded, I will link my summer... Oh, wait, hold on. No, let's rephrase that. I'm going to link the spring one up here for you guys if you didn't see that. And then... now I'm going to link the summer one, which should now be live at this point, in theory, if I've done this pre-recording stuff correctly. But in the spring, I used these ones. All over my lid is the shade, I think it's Rosé All Day by ColourPop. Yep, Rosé All Day. I have the shade Tiki from ColourPop in my crease, along with the shade Bel Air from ColourPop. And then built up in my outer corner is the shade Conundrum, also from ColourPop. Just those 4 shades built up into my eyes. Really simple, really easy. It's currently about 11:30. Like I said, check-in time is going to be at about 11:10. Let me just zoom you guys in really quick so you can kind of see. It's kind of settled into my face. I do have some dry patches that it is clinging to. particularly right here. It's clinging a little bit, along with here. This is my current dry patch area. Like, this is legit so dry right here. It's looking pretty good. My forehead's looking pretty normal. Nothing too crazy. It's all looking very soft, but you can see the shade difference here between my face and my neck. It's oxidized a little bit, but you know, it hasn't oxidized so terribly that I'm like, I can't wear this. This is not gonna work. So, but it is an obvious oxidization. It's very obviously oxidized. I can't think of sentences, but yeah, I'm going to obviously give you guys a clip in natural lighting a little bit later, but just wanted to show you guys before I start my day. So it's also my unmade bed behind me. It is currently 4:10 p.m. This foundation has been on for 5 hours now. My check-in time was at 11:10, I believe, if I remember correctly. My lipstick's obviously coming all the way off. I should probably just take it off, but yeah, so here's how the foundation is looking. It doesn't look too bad, actually. You know, it's still looking very good, and I went and ran grocery errand earlier. I went to the grocery store to get food, and I live in a walk-up now. It's only 3 floors, but I live in a walk-up, so it was freaking hot as hell outside. It's so hot and humid. It was raining all morning, and I was like, oh great, it's gonna be awful. I can't with the lipstick. And the foundation didn't melt off in the heat and carrying all my groceries inside to my apartment, so I'm kind of impressed right now with that. It hasn't oxidized any further than it originally did. I mean, as you can see, there's kind of a line going here. Again, it's not super noticeable when I'm actually outside in the sunlight, but it's noticeable enough to me that it bothers me. But, you know, I mean, I can work around it easily. I'm just gonna zoom y'all in. So here's how my forehead's looking, pretty much the same as it did earlier, nothing too different. This is from my sunglasses here and here, ignore that. My face is looking exactly the same as it was earlier. This is highlight right here on the tip of my nose. It's not oil. Same with up on my upper lip. So no, I think for now it's looking good for 5 hours. It says it's, you know, sweating, all that. Bless you. Yeah, you're welcome. There's Atticus down here. He's made a nest on the bed. Okay, hold on a second. I have to show you this cat, I swear to God. Monsieur, what you doing? He's been here all day. Today's been a chill day for the Atty Catty. He looks so dumb with my shit. Are you adorable? Are you? Are you adorable? So it is currently 8:05 p.m. I have had the foundation on for 9 hours now. So here are my final thoughts on this guy. Just to reiterate, the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light Stay in Place Makeup. I would have to say, you know, let's zoom you guys in. Let's have you look at my whole face. I haven't done anything. I haven't touched up. I actually took a nap with this on. Just take a look. Aside from the patches, the dry patches I had at the beginning of the day, nothing looks any different. There is no oil coming through my fingers. This still looks exactly the same as it did this morning. My highlight is still going. My bronzer is still going. My under eyes are creased, but that is not on the foundation. My forehead looks absolutely perfect. And aside from the original oxidizing, nothing else has happened. I'm going to give this guy a 9 out of 10. Now, what's holding out the full 10 is I feel like I used a lot more of this product than I normally do, and that's because the formula is just so liquidy. That's my only complaint, is that it's a little too liquidy, so if you hold the bottle upright when you open it, it just starts to pour out, which results in me using more of the foundation than I had originally intended to use. So I feel like I'm using more of this, which makes the price of $42 make it seem like it's just gonna fly right by when using it. Now granted, foundations do take forever to finish. Well, maybe that's just me, I don't know, but that's what's knocking it down the full point. I would love to give it a 10 out of 10 because it does what it says. I'm not oily, I'm shine controlled like it claims. Where's the box? Granted, I'm not wearing it for 15 hours, but light as air. I feel nothing on my face right now, aside from the dry patches. Comfortable, stays vibrant and fresh. Yep, pretty accurate. No matter how active, I did fall asleep. It won't smudge and won't melt through heat and humidity. I did also go outside in the heat. I mentioned that earlier when I checked in the natural light, and it's still on through me being outside and sweating in the 80-degree weather. Controls oil, and it doesn't clog your pores. It does only claim to be medium coverage, and I would say it's about light medium coverage when I built it up. You can still see my freckles if you see me in person, but my redness has been canceled. That's kind of where I start to label things as medium coverage. It doesn't have a fragrance, and it's supposed to be safe, so, you know, I'm giving it a 9. The 10 is just the fact that I feel like I used more product than I needed to, because of the liquidy formula, but that seems like a stupid thing to knock it down off of. But to be honest, I do prefer foundations to be in a pump bottle over a squeeze bottle. That's just my preference. At least when they're fuller coverage foundations like the Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation that comes in the squeeze tube, that one, because it's such a thick formula, it doesn't just run out of the end of the tube, you know? That's what makes that one okay. But yeah, this one's a win. That is everything for this. I will be sure to link down below my playlist for all the other foundations that have been featured during this foundation frenzy. And yeah, that's everything. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss the rest of the videos in the Foundation Frenzy series. And also, if you want to follow me on my other social media platforms, you can find me at KOBeauty58 on both Twitter and Instagram. And leave me your questions, comments, concerns, suggestions for this video and future videos you would love to see me do on my channel down below in the comments section. I love reading all y'all's comments. So that is everything, and I will see you in the next foundation video. Bye!